Welcome to Savanna Pulse, where we dive deep into the mysteries of nature's most captivating creatures. Today, we're taking you beneath the waves to uncover the story of a remarkable invader, the lionfish. Armed with venomous spines, unmatched agility, and an appetite that knows no bounds, this predator is rewriting the rules of life under the sea. But how did it rise to dominance, and what does its presence mean for the fragile balance of marine ecosystems? Let's explore the fascinating journey of the lionfish. Armed with 18 venomous spines, it hunts in groups undetected by its prey. It is a multi-talented enigma. The Colorado lionfish inhabits the shallow waters of the coral reefs of the Indo-Pacific and Red Seas. No other habitat on Earth can contain such a wealth and diversity of species, each more surprising. The most spectacular of all, it is the lionfish, faster, smarter, and more skilled than any other fish. It is a born survivor. It is also very ambitious, spreading too. New unsuspecting waters. The Atlantic Ocean lionfish, the new pirates of the Caribbean elves, has colonized vast areas from Africa, Australia, and beyond. It inhabits tropical coral reefs on remote coastlines and islands in the Coral Triangle where the Indian Ocean meets the Pacific. It has evolved a unique ecosystem with more than 4,000 species of fish inhabiting it. The Colorado lionfish is the species. That stands out the most. An atypical animal with unusual talents. It is the alpha species in a really aggressive world. Seems like a paradise moment. It's a matter of life or death. Every small animal is prey to a larger one. Despite appearances here, there is very little plant life. Organisms that look like plants are actually animals with incredible adaptations. What looks like a fern is actually a nest, very painful to the touch. These corals are made up of small animals covered in a protective shell that grows to give them extraordinary shapes, but not even shell is immune to a hungry fish. The powerful jaws of the Titan triggerfish immediately crush even the hardest exoskeleton. Nothing escapes its voracity. It devours coral polyps and the creatures that hide in them. Hiding is one of the most common survival techniques in this area. These green damsel rocks do not. Usually abandoned coral, even so there is no possible escape from the blue mullet, and in turn it should avoid a furtive giant moray eel. Even the 2-met giant moray eel, and met in length, has its predators and hides as much as it can. The common jellyfish can't hide. It has no camouflage whatsoever. It's not poisonous and it's not capable of biting. It's a temptation for any hungry animal. Although it tends to get bitten a lot, what saves the common jellyfish is that its body is basically made up of water, therefore it's a very unsatisfying food. A male domino damselfish is doing cleaning tasks, clearing an area so that interested females can lay their eggs, and it works. A female mates with him in a courtship dance, today fertilizing about 1 egg, but an unguarded area can become an easy meal. Nature can be very cruel. Today there are eggs on it. menu, and now a lionfish has taken over the hatchery. The clownfish lives in anemones that will sting other fish. When the female dies, the largest male changes sex and becomes the only female. Clownfish are not born immune. The poisonous anemone, instead of small ones, must be exposed to its tentacles to become immune to them. When a clownfish dies, the anemone gets an extra portion of food more poisonous than the anemone. More skilled than the blue salmon and more feared than the moray eel. The 40 centimeters long lionfish is an all-rounder with poisonous spines and built-in camouflage. Nature has been generous to the lionfish by endowing it with grace and beauty. Its fins give it great speed. As with most fish, its lateral line allows it to sense differences in pressure to perceive the presence of nearby swimmers above its eyes. A lionfish carries tiny fish, luring prey to its hungry mouth. A lethal beauty. Anyone who gets close to its 18 poisonous spines may regret it for weeks. Another special feature is its eyes. Also and are more fast. All these features combine to make the lionfish an extraordinary hunter. Between dusk and dawn it is hunting time, and the lionfish does everything possible to not be seen, only on special occasions. It ventures out of its hiding place. The immense coral reef is home to hundreds of thousands of species of fish. It's no wonder carangoids roam the area in search of food. The key to being a successful hunter is to slowly circle their prey and then pounce. The presses confuse hunters, swimming as a single mass of shiny silver bodies. The sound of hunting alerts others. Hunters, if there's any chance of sharing the spoils, lionfish will always be nearby, making contact with each other with their pectoral fins. They signal to each other that it's time to join forces. Biologists have shown that hunting in groups wolf-style doubles their chance of success. That's why they're so much more successful than carangoids. Soon the carangoids will have tired themselves out in the area. With the decline in activity, most lionfish also retreat, returning to their dens to spend the rest of the day sleeping. But some individuals are active during the day. This black lionfish has a hunting strategy completely different from its cousin. Colorado swims over the sandy seabed, using its fins to corner any prey hidden beneath the sand. But how did they discover there? Prey simple. The lionfish pours water on the sand to discover any hidden creatures. This time there is nothing here, but what happened here? A small fish runs away and the lionfish misses it, narrowly escapes its hunter and another one. The ocean floor is teeming with hidden life. Hunter and prey are extremely fast. The escape, the hunt, the ingestion, it all happens in a blink of an eye. But the lionfish has a secret weapon that can only be seen with a special high-speed camera. It is a very hungry fish. 26 graceful bones, as if folded by an ingenious origami artist, allow the jaw to extend like a telescope. This creates a vacuum that no prey can. Escape from the fastest in the fish kingdom, although sometimes it waits too long, but only sometimes. The lionfish usually wins at the end, a grassy blanket not far from the coral reef. The wealth of species that live here is not immediately perceived. There are very few species as brave as this squid. This jellyfish seems to be upside down, but it is all part of its vegetal disguise. Nearby, what looks like a snake or an eel is a snake eel. It is reaching its maximum size of 1 meter. Without fear, it puts its head in. Any hole it finds in search of prey, like crabs, but it can also find dangers, or it could find nothing at all. The pepper moray also goes in search of crabs, although it also settles for fish or worms. But not far away there is something else the lionfish keeps waiting to capture. Any animal that tries to escape from she does not like having stalkers, but the lionfish is not easily intimidated. Soon its strategy compensates the loss of the moray is the gain of the fish. Lionfish with its stripes, spines and fins. The lionfish may seem like an odd animal, but its relatives are even more so, although perhaps better. The lionfish and the scorpionfish belong to the same family. These animals are so well camouflaged that it is worth wondering how they are able to locate each other to mate. Unlike their relatives, lionfish are not active hunters but stay still on the bottom. Waiting for prey to come to them. They have excellent eyesight, but if nothing moves in their field of vision, something incredible happens. Their brain efficiently shuts down their vision, and the slightest movement reconnects it immediately. It's like having a built-in screensaver. Another relative of the lionfish is not known for its beauty. The cirrus camouflages itself perfectly on the seabed. It can lie inert for several days. If a fish approaches it, it swallows it immediately. But this is not the strangest of the lionfish variants. Difficult relative between the snub-nosed cirrus and the 10 centimeters long leaf fish. What they have in common is their incredible camouflage. The latter lets itself be carried by the current like a leaf with a not so good camouflage. The black lionfish is about to meet one of its relatives. Observes freedom for the last time. Lionfish do not usually fear predators, maybe because their spines are hard to swallow, but today has not been their lucky day. Dusk brings changes to the reef. The fish at night. Coral reefs are almost more interesting than in the daytime. The nocturnal hunters are looking for a place to rest. The nocturnal hunters are beginning to stir. When darkness falls, lionfish are out to hunt. But this evening promises more than just a hunt. Even the lionfish's smaller relatives. Lionfish finally gather together for some action. It looks like it could be a busy evening. At night, coral reefs are almost more interesting than in the daytime. When the moon comes up, sea urchins are on the move. Other creatures like dusky rabbitfish gather to sleep. Under the cover of darkness, a whole other world exists, hidden from the human eye. But if we turn off the regular lights and turn on the UV lights, something miraculous happens. These are the colors that fish see and communicate with during the day and at night. This explains how the scorpionfish attracts a mate with its bright red color. The lionfish, on the other hand, it doesn't shine at all, hiding itself completely from its prey. It's legendary. Sometimes it makes its stomach grow 30 times its size. It can eat fish that reach up to 2/3 of its own size but prefer smaller prey in large quantities. The lionfish is also strangely intelligent. They have quickly learned that the light from the cameras attracts its prey, but in life there are more important things than feeding. For the lionfish, Clearfeet, tonight could be a very special evening. The male in particular has interesting plans, while the lionfish Colorado is only interested in food. The male carp turns an alluring red color and goes for a smaller female. His goal is to take her somewhere where they can mate. Far from the reef it doesn't work and the female leaves. Fortunately, the male has other options. The male clearfin have a herd of 5 or 6 females. He tries with the first one, gently checking if she is willing to get off, not to pass them. Next, this time there is hope, but no, the females are usually about 30 or 40 meters away, but the male always knows. This time there are 2 together. Number 1 shows no interest, with number 2 moves forward, carefully avoiding their poisonous fins. The evening is not looking good, but she can't give up, and now she has. Competition. She goes back to the other females, hoping they've changed their minds. At last she stops. She's lucky. Mating lasts 1/10 of a second, but the night is young and she'll have many more opportunities. The females release 2 gelatinous packets, each containing about 6,000 eggs, which the male fertilizes in 1/10 of a second. These eggs are carried by the current. After 3 days the larvae hatch. The spotted lionfish also is a small relative of the red lionfish. Zebra lionfish have several groups of females, but the clearfee is much rarer than its red cousin. It's incredible to think that there isn't enough prey for the ever-increasing number of lionfish. One female can lay eggs every 4 days. We're talking about 1 million babies in a single year. With their intelligence, their skills, and their willingness to eat almost anything from small crabs to large fish, it seems that the lionfish could thrive in any location with warm waters. The beauty of the Colorado lionfish is also the reason for its popularity in aquariums. For the captive animal, it is the beginning of a long journey. Like almost all ocean fish, the lionfish cannot be bred in captivity, so all the aquarium individuals must come from open waters. The United States is one of the largest buyers of active fish. Although lionfish are not easy to maintain, their appetite is famous for emptying entire aquariums, and their venom has caused much pain to their owners. No one knew lionfish could become a problem, and now no one is sure how it happened. Maybe the cause was some individuals that were released, or maybe those that have traveled in waters from the wreck of large ships, or perhaps both, or maybe it is the result of a natural disaster. Florida is in an area known as the hurricane path. From Africa, areas of low pressure heat up over the Atlantic, vaporizing large large amounts of water. This creates a suction that causes the area of low pressure to spin faster and faster as the wind speed increases. A hurricane forms. In August 1992, Hurricane Andrew hit the coast and its consequences can still be felt. Today, for years everything seemed normal on Florida's reefs. No one noticed that life on them was changing drastically. The ocean floor of the Atlantic coast is very different from that of the Pacific. There are stone corals dominated. In the Atlantic there are much softer corals and sponges. The red lionfish are not native to these waters, but the catastrophe begins to take shape. Florida's waters have many problems due to environmental damage and overfishing, but not because of the presence of many fish. Then in the mid-90s, divers noticed the presence of a newcomer. Most people were delighted to see such an exotic fish. They did not realize that the lionfish ate larger fish here than in there. Place of origin, and that their numbers were increasing exponentially. Now their population is thriving here. It has fewer predators than on the other side of the world. Large fish like the grouper are scarce due to fishing, and they do not see the lionfish as prey. For the spearfishers are also not interesting specimens, as they incorrectly assume that their flesh is poisonous. The Gulf Stream quickly sweeps up the Florida coast, probably carrying larvae and eggs to North Carolina. The seabed is covered in sand, not coral. These sandy areas have nothing to offer to fish. The cliffs and shipwrecks, however, provide food and shelter from the current. This World War II era ski boat sunk by a German submarine in 1942 is a very popular destination for divers. These sand tiger sharks are the biggest attraction. They can grow up to 3. meters in length but are harmless. In 2000, divers made an unexpected discovery. Red lionfish experts were surprised the red lionfish had traveled from Florida to North Carolina, a distance of more than 1,000 kilometers. The first find was not unique. The red lionfish had begun to spread across vast areas of the American East Coast. Soon marine biologists realized they had a serious problem. Even here, predators show no interest. They do not recognize the red lionfish as prey, but no one knows why. For years the red lionfish has gone unnoticed, but now its population is increasing. The American East Coast, the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico have suffered the impact of cyclones that have helped proliferation of these fish. Incredibly, millions of lionfish that now populate the Atlantic may come from between Say and new individuals. It is now considered a dangerous and poisonous pest that is causing immense changes in the warm waters of the Atlantic. They devour entire coral reefs and destroy them as a source of food. The ocean is under serious threat, but it does not have to be this way. Jardines de la Reina. It is a national park in southern Cuba. More than 600 mangroves are home to numerous animals, some of which only exist here. The huches are from the same family as porcupines and have long been the only mammals in the Caribbean. Cubans like to eat them with nuts and honey, but here in the gardens of the Queen they have nothing to fear. People come to this lonely place for the fantastic underwater world. The American crocodile can live in salt water and in fresh water. As a result, it has been able to migrate from the United States to a wide variety of Caribbean islands. They eat anything that moves: fish, birds and mammals. Here in the south of Cuba they have everything they need. When Christopher Columbus discovered this area, he was so impressed by its beauty that he called it Gardens of the Queen, and that's without being able to dive and discover its true beauty. The mangroves are a protected area and a breeding ground for many animals above and below the surface. The tangle of roots offers shelter to the babies, even the inverted jellyfish. almost rare in this area, but Jardins de la Reina has much more to offer. A virtually pristine underwater environment here. The ocean is like a time capsule. In the rest of the world the pillar corals match, but here they are in abundance, just like the elkhorn coral, which is protected in other waters. Also impressive is the enormous quantity of large fish. The groupers are usually trophies for amateur and professional fishermen. Here there are many more than in any other part of the Caribbean. Despite appearances, it is plagued with parasites. In fact, quite the opposite. The neon gobies that have been injured eat anything that might bother. The abalos are under threat as the sport fishermen enjoy the fight that some dying specimens present against the rod. Here they are safe from both rods and The prohibition of commercial fishing for decades has allowed a healthy and productive ecosystem to flourish. The ecosystem depends on the delicate balance that has been lost in the rest of the ocean. It is possible that a single species of fish could ruin this paradise. Could the red lionfish ruin it as catastrophically as it has ruined other parts of the Pacific? What if the red lionfish appeared in Jardins de la Reina? The truth is that it has been going on for years. Here for the moment the catastrophe is under control, partly because the sea here is healthy and resistant, and partly because people are starting to act. A large number of sharks resident in Jardins de la Reina are starting to eat the red lionfish, although they are not yet capable of eating them without help from their human neighbors by harpooning los invasores. The Cubans help nature to stay healthy. The strategy has worked. So, well, that Jardins de la Reina is exactly the same as before the arrival of the red lionfish. The sharks have reached a very good agreement and their poisonous spines do not seem to affect them, but feeding a shark is not always as simple as it seems. A lucky escape. The nature reserve of Jardins de la Reina is a test that a healthy sea can withstand the arrival of an intruder like the red lionfish in Florida. The problem is much bigger, so the solution is more intense. For experienced divers, it's like apples from a tree. Entrants in spearfishing contests kill thousands in a single weekend. Restaurants put them on the menu for the first time in human history. An environmental problem is being solved by overfishing, but if someone dives a little deeper they will see the red lionfish once again show its true colors. See, in the Atlantic it swims much deeper than biologists thought possible. Marines. From the vibrant coral reefs of the Indo-Pacific to the shores of the Atlantic, the lionfish's beauty masks a story of disruption and survival. Yet, its invasion is not without lessons, reminding us of the delicate interconnectedness of life in our oceans. As we continue to study and manage this formidable predator, we also learn about resilience, adaptation, and the role we play in shaping the future of marine biodiversity. Thank you for joining us on this underwater adventure. Stay tuned to Savanna Pulse for more stories from the wild, where every creature has a tale worth telling.